Hello, and welcome to Soul Filled Sundays. I am Krishandria James, CEO and founder of Blossom Up LLC, and then I have
Carolyn Winn Robinson, CEO and founder of Unveiled Transparency. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing?
Again, welcome to Soul Filled Sundays, where you're about to get full off of this word, off of what we're about to pour into you. As y'all can see, we are in the office of Blossom Up LLC, and again, we want to welcome y'all to Soul Filled Sundays. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're out there, go ahead and like, comment, give us something that y'all want us to talk about. If you have questions, drop them in the comment box and we'll answer those questions, and we'll engage back and forth with y'all. My sister's gonna start us off, and we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Y'all know what we decided what we were going to talk about tonight is how to ignite and walk in faith.
Yes.
I actually did share a little bit on my live on yesterday about walking in faith, but I actually want to get more in depth with when you're actually walking in your faith, some of the things that actually occur, some of the things that actually go on, and some of the things that actually happens when you're walking in faith. It's not easy to walk in faith.
Not
Do you
at
agree?
all. Not
It
at all.
is not easy at all. It's really, really difficult. The first thing you will have to do is when you're walking out in faith, when you're asking God to give you something, what needs to be done is, the first part is asking God for what you want. Asking God for a business like my sister has done. She has a wonderful place here. She is a counselor. She counsels so many young women and women. She's asked God, for that opportunity. She actually has her own, this is her place of business. This is her office. She stepped out in faith and she asked God, for this. So how did you know, sis, that God had this for you?
So let me go ahead and give y'all my testimony. So February, I attempted to get an office for Blossom Up. I spoke to someone about getting an office, and I was ready. I was excited, but it wasn't God's timing. And when I was talking to her about getting an office, she was like, I'm going to send you the paperwork and everything. And as she sent the paperwork, I wasn't at peace. I had this queasy feeling in my stomach. I was like, God, I can't do this. And God was like, because it's not the right time. So that was in February. So then March 31st of this year, during quarantine season, y'all know we was quarantined inside the house, couldn't go nowhere. I was like, okay, Lord. I was like, I want you to work on me. So March 31st of this year, I watched the episode of Steve Harvey. And on that episode, Steve Harvey said, everything that I have, I wrote down on my vision board. He said, Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain. And so I was like, okay. So he said, whatever you desire to come to pass in your life, write it down. So immediately after that episode went off, I went to my journal and I wrote down, I will have my office for Blossom Up LLC by December 31st, 2020. I wasn't expecting God to give me an office in July. I was expecting by December 31st, 2020. I was actually aiming for December because I was like, I need to save up money. Well, God said differently. On July 10th, this year, 10 days before my birthday, I got the keys to my office. Now, let me tell y'all. So, I studied Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain, right? I watched the episode of Steve Harvey. Now, he said write down 100 things that you want to see come to pass in your life. I wrote down 20. He said when you get to about 20 or 30, you're going to get stuck. Well, when I got to 20, I got stuck. The last thing I wrote on the list was I would have my office for Blossom Up LLC to counsel and coach my clients in by December 31st, 2020. And again, like I said, God said different. I got the keys to my office on July 10th this year, and God said get ready because I'm about to get ready to do some big things, and you're about to see something that you've never seen before. So that's to share a little of my testimony. So I'm walking in it. I'm a woman of faith. I had someone pour into me like never before. Shout out to our big sister Jamaica. She poured into me. She helped me walk in my destiny. She helped me find my office. Everything that you see in here is by the grace of God. I didn't have to pay for anything. I had people that paid for things for my office. People said, what you need? What I need to do for you? My mom, shout out to my mom. My mom made sure it happened. God gave me the funds to pay my rent. on August 1st. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I haven't even had clients to come in because of COVID season, but God is still providing me with the funds to pay for my office. Y'all see how God work? Ignite your faith. Write it down. Make it plain. Just trust God.
Wow. I'm reminded about a story, a passage that's actually in the Word of God. And I mentioned it on yesterday where Peter, the disciples or whatever, God told them, hey, get in the boat. We're going to go on the other side, right? So God telling them that they're going to go on the other side. And she said, God has actually gave her a vision. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you are transitioning and going through your time that you actually want to actually start your business, sometimes you don't think that you're going to get on the other side. Mm. You don't think that you're going to be able to make it to the other side. First of all, what you need to do, you need to actually first step on the boat. Yes. Get on the boat. Yes. Have step out on faith. You know what I mean? As you know, Peter asked God, the storm came, everything was rough. Starting your own business is not easy.
Not at all.
Because you're going to think about where the funds going to come from. Where the money's going to come from, Lord. Jesus asked Peter, what is it that you want to do? What did he say? He wanted to walk on water. But the good thing is, when God told him to step out of the boat, he actually knew God's voice. Sometimes she told you that, she's done this before, but God told her that it wasn't her time. How do you know that it is your time? You know that it's your time when you can recognize God's voice. Sometimes it may not be what's in the inside of you. Sometimes God will actually send somebody else to you to give you a word. Yes. That you will know that it was only from you in that time you spent in your prayer closet with God. I can actually, sometimes when, I'm worried about my little sister, this is my little sister here, I thank God for her. When I feel like something is wrong with her or something is going on with her, I can call her up, give her a word, and she'd be like, you think you know me? It's like I know, it's like I know when there is something going on with her. Like I know when God is telling me that I need to do something because God is going to give me a word from somebody. He's not going to give you a word from somebody that's jealous of you. He's not going to give you a word, to somebody, who not going to basically support you. He's going to give you a word from somebody that is a spiritual person, somebody who walks with God, someone who trusts God as well. Do you think I should share the secret?
Not right now.
Not right now. Okay.
Not right now. You gotta wait on that one. Maybe in a live before.
So you would be able to recognize by praying, to God the things that you're wanting, and then somebody come to you and actually give you a word. You will know that comes from God. And then once you step out on that faith and you walk on that water, you take that couple of steps, you know what? You're gonna feel at peace at knowing you've done the right thing, but also you're gonna feel sick. That's just like, when Peter was drowning. Think about if you're gonna drown, what are you gonna do? You're gonna panic. You are going to feel sick to your stomach. You are going to feel nauseous. You are going to question yourself, why did I actually come out here? Why did I make that decision? But you know what? It is supposed to happen like that. We don't think that it is, but it is. Have you ever felt like when you stepped out on faith, after you stepped out in faith, did you feel sick to your stomach, or did you ever say to yourself, you know what?
Let me tell y'all, after my big sister Jamaica poured into me, man, when I say she poured in a good word, like, it's like God spoke to her, and I came in there and like she just laid it down, had me in tears. Like, my big sister Jamaica just had me in tears. So whenever I got the office, I was like, okay, Lord, I'm excited, I'm nervous, and I'm like, Lord, you about to take me to the next level. Well, a couple days later, I called my big sister and I was like, sis, I'm not good enough for this. I don't deserve this. I was like, I don't know why God is doing this. I don't think I'm good enough. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to go to the next level. When I tell y'all, I felt sick. I feel like I had to throw up. My head was pounding. I was at peace. Don't get me wrong, I was at peace because the timing was right. Like, I felt at peace with the decision. No one pressured me into it. But the enemy was on the other side trying to tell me that I wasn't good enough and it wasn't my time. And so you're going to have to be able to distinguish between God's voice and the enemy's voice, and let the devil know that you have the power and authority over him, and God has the final say so. So I had to be able to distinguish between God's voice and the enemy's voice, because he's going to tell you whenever God wants you to walk out your purpose and walk into your destiny, the enemy's going to try to talk you out of it. So you have to know when it is God talking to you and when it is the enemy talking to you. And whenever I was feeling like that and I started to doubt myself and I started to have self-doubt and my self-confidence was going down, my big sister was pointing to me and saying, that ain't nothing but the enemy, sis. You get back up and you walk out your destiny and walk into your purpose like God desires you to. So you're going to have to know when the enemy is talking to you and when God is talking to you. You have to stay in your word. You have to pray, and you have to have people in your life like Carolyn is in my life to be a blessing to me and to be able to pour into me. Don't worry about your haters. Don't worry about your doubters. Don't worry about what people say about you. Don't worry about how they feel, because when God has the final say so, everything is going to line up according to you, to his will and your good.
Wow. All I can say on that is wow. There's a saying that says, if God be for you, can nobody be against you?
Nobody.
Nobody. When God has something for you that you're supposed to walk out and do for his purpose, y'all have something. You don't have to even worry about, trying to create something at all. When God has a plan for you, when the word says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, I'm just going to be transparent. I would have never thought that I would be a writer. Nobody would have never told me that I would have been able to, did I physically write it with a pencil and a pad? No, I didn't. I actually put it on my phone, and I began to save, and I began to write what was actually in the inside of me, sharing things that had happened in my past. I didn't do that for me. Let's get that straight right. I didn't do that for me. I've made a decision to heal myself, because transparency, as I say, transparency is the new healing. I did this for other people that are hiding and are ashamed of some of the things that they've actually been through. That's who I did it for. Some of you that are watching this live tonight, you've been actually paying attention and looking at the lives that we've been actually doing together. We're actually doing this for you, to help you stop hiding behind the bushes or whatever you're hiding from.
And so you can blossom. So you can blossom into who God desires you to be. So while she is saying healing is new transparency, new healing, I'm saying that you're going to blossom into who God desires you to be. Bloom where you have been planted. So with those two things being put together, go ahead and be honest with yourself. Go ahead and allow God to heal you. Be honest with others. Be transparent so that God can blossom you into who he desires you to be. And you can bloom in this season where you have been planted.
You know what? I'm feeling in my spirit that there's someone watching this live right now. Someone who's in a relationship with someone. Someone who's been abused and they want to get out, but they're too scared. They're scared of the person that they're with. They're scared that if they leave this person, they won't have anything. It's going to be a struggle. You're feeling in your spirit that it's going to be a struggle. You're not going to be able to move forward without this person being in your life. I'm here to tell you on today that you can do it. With God, all things are possible.
Yes.
Don't think that you need to actually be with a woman or a man and stay with someone that's hurting you. You don't need that in your life. You need to push forward. Move forward. Open up and tell a family member. If not your family member, hey, you can reach out to one of us. Inbox me. There's nothing that I have not been through that I'm not ashamed to share with anybody. Most people may not agree and they may say, oh, you're telling your business too much. You know what? It's time out for hiding and keeping things concealed in. Because you need to heal yourself. Even if you get out of that relationship, guess what? You're going to be carrying that baggage from one relationship to the next relationship. It's time to heal. It's time for transparency.
Yes. And let me tell y'all, she's taught me how to be transparent, because I'm the type of person where I hold things in. When I'm feeling some kind of way, I'm not going to call nobody and tell nobody about it. I hold the things in. And as I began to talk to my big sister Carolyn along with my big sister Cassandra, and I'm opening up more, because when they first met me, I let them study me, and I was kind of like, I'm learning, y'all. I can't talk to y'all. Like, I don't want to tell you. I don't need y'all to know. And then I was like, y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know nothing about me. And then as I began to open up more, and they began to learn me, and I began to heal, because I'm opening up. I'm being honest with myself. I'm being honest with them, and I'm talking about it. And as I get it out, then I began to see myself heal and blossom. I only got this office because I was able to be honest with myself and heal of some things, and be transparent, and walk into the destiny and walk in my purpose that God desires for me. I had to let some things go. And let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest. I have a skin condition going on right now, and as my skin begins to dry and the rashes begin to be around my neck and my chest, and I began to scratch, and the skin was just shedding. Well, let me let you know something. You're gonna have to shed some old ways and some old habits to get to where God desires you to be. God spoke to me and said, as your skin is shedding, just like your skin is shedding, shed off those old habits, shed off those old ways, because I'm getting ready to take you somewhere that you can't take those old things with you, because I'm getting ready to do something big. Some people can't walk with you to go to where I'm getting ready to take you. So I'm going to need you to let go of some of those people in your life that I don't want to be a part of your life. Don't hold on to them. When I tell you to let them go, let them go. Stop holding on to those things that are allowing you to be stuck in your past. Allow yourself to heal. As Carolyn said, transparency is the new healing. So whoever you need to talk to, if you need to see a counselor, if you need to talk to a friend, if you need to talk to a family member, whoever it is, I don't care if it's a best friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever it is, talk to them so you can get it out, so that God can heal you and you can walk into your new season, because he's not going to take you into your new season and you're not going to be able to walk into your destiny until you allow yourself to heal. Yes. So let it go. Be transparent with yourself. Get in your word, pray, and cry out to God and let him know, I'm ready to be healed. So whatever you're dealing with, God can heal you, and I'm a testimony of that. I was molested at a young age. I felt rejected at a young age. But look where I am now. I was called worthless. I was called trash. I was told I wasn't going to be nobody. But when I tell you, I'm the person in my family that has the most degrees. I'm the person in my family that started a business, and I'm walking that thing out, and I'm influencing other people in my family, and I am somebody today. I am a child of God. I am his masterpiece, and I'm ready, y'all. I'm excited. I'm fired up. I ain't going to take y'all to church. Y'all have been to church already. I ain't going to go Baptist on y'all, but come on, somebody. Woo! Come on, somebody. Tell me God ain't good. Y'all can't tell me God ain't good.
I'm going to tell you that he's good. God is good all the time. Like I told you guys earlier, I felt like I was the biggest loser in life. The biggest loser. I lost money. I've lost relationships. I've lost in marriage. But you know what? God had to, remind me of the things that he has actually done for me. God has delivered me from so many surgeries, y'all. I've had 80 plus surgeries on my vocal cords. Come on, somebody. The doctor told me I would never actually have a voice or be able to sing. I was in this office the day before we did this live, me and my sister singing. You know what I'm saying? Singing, praising God, getting worship, getting ready in worship to do this live, worshiping, you know, for the things that God has before us to do. Man, but I realized that I'm still here. I'm winning. I am victorious. I have the victory. Do you hear me? Not only do I have it, but you also have the victory too.
Yes. Don't forget
You have
that.
the victory. To all you kings, we're just not talking about queens. We got kings that are out there that suffer from some of the same things. Women may not even think that men go through things, but they do. They're prideful. And on tonight, kings, it's time for you to get out of your that prideful thought that you have in your mind. It's time for you to open up and have a relationship and a connection and communicate with the people that you're actually in a relationship with. No more hiding in this season. Stop allowing the enemy to actually make you shame or make you feel shame, because that's what he does. He wants you to be shamed. He wants you to draw back. He wants you to hide. No more hiding. It's time to be transparent. Have you ever wondered in life, man, I wonder what my grandma and them went through. Grandma didn't tell you nothing. They kept it to themselves. This season is time for everybody to be transparent. Let's work. Let's be transparent. Let's be our true selves and who we need to be. Man.
It's time to walk in your healing. So be transparent with yourself. Be transparent with others. Be transparent with God. Let him know what you're dealing with so that he can heal you. Go ahead and walk into your healing. Go ahead and walk into your new season, your new start, your new beginnings. It's a new month. We have only a couple months left in this year. And this year, the rest of the year, God is gonna blow your mind as we go through this quarantine season. And don't worry about COVID-19, because this is the time, as my pastor said, this is a year of adjustment. This is time when you make changes. You allow yourself to heal, where God can equip you and mold you and transform you into who he desires you to be. To go through that process, go ahead and bloom and blossom so that you can be all that God has called you to be. Stop hiding. As my sister said, stop hiding. Transparency is a new healing. Bloom where you have been planted this season. Go ahead and allow him to bloom and blossom you. Kings and queens, allow him to bloom and blossom you. We're not just talking to our women, as she said. This is for our kings as well. Well, we do hope that y'all enjoyed our Soul Filled Sunday. Yes. I am Krishandria James, CEO and founder of Blossom Up LLC, where you bloom, where you have been planted. And we have
Carolyn Winn Robinson, the CEO and founder of Unveil Transparency, where transparency is the new healing. No more hiding. And of course, don't be salty.
So we're kind of doing this live from both Facebook. So you can follow me at Blossom Up LLC on Facebook, Blossom Up LLC on Instagram, and Krishandria, KRISSHUNDRIA James on Instagram and Facebook. Again, that is KRISSHUNDRIA James on Instagram and Facebook, and Blossom Up LLC on Instagram and Facebook. And then Carolyn, you can follow her on...
You can follow me at Carolyn Winn Robinson here on Facebook. And if you're looking for me on Instagram, you can actually locate me at The Credit Encourager. I am the encourager. The Credit Encourager on Instagram. Like I said, if you're looking to reach out and you're looking to speak to someone about something that you've been dealing with, you want to talk to somebody, and if you can't talk to your family members, hey, reach out to us. We will be welcome. We will be excited to actually have a conversation with you, to actually listen to what you have to say. I know I say reach out to your family members, and I know that's hard to do because I've had a situation myself where I actually have to tell my mom something, which I didn't. You know, I had to go to court. I abused, verbally abused. I went through domestic violence, and I had to literally, I had to be escorted into the courtroom. I had to move here back to Louisiana. They moved me back into the same apartment that I was basically in. So I couldn't be traced by the person that I was with. Y'all, that person destroyed me, made me change who I was actually trying to be. So if you are someone that is out there that can't reach out to your family members because you don't want them in your business, reach out. Send me a message in Messenger, or you can send me an email, which is info@carolynwinnrobinson.com, and I will be glad to talk to you.
And you can also reach out to me as well. And then if you don't want to reach out on Facebook or Instagram, it's info@krishandriajames.com. You're more than willing to book. Like I said, I'm a counselor, life coach, spiritual life coach, trained on mental and physical health. So you can reach out to me as well. If you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling like you're going through things,
Yes.
reach out to Carolyn, reach out to myself, because we both are life coaches. We both are counselors. She's a certified and trained minister. I, on the other hand, am a counselor and spiritual life coach and life coach. So either way it goes, you can reach out to either one of us. And want to thank y'all for joining our Soul Filled Sunday live. And y'all have a wonderful and blessed week. We love y'all. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.